like my ancestors. No offense, but you gotta learn to live. It's all about membership. For the union, ugly girls and boys, I put you on my list and make it clap like this. I just need to but only one, and soon you say that.
Hey everyone, it's Gabe. I'm sorry about last week, some things came up, but I'm back now. This week I'm covering both topics from last week's passing and this week's music. So let's get started with the serious topic about passing. Personally, I'm not really that okay with the word passing to describe being read as my gender. I prefer presenting as male, if I have to use like a gender specific term. Like instead of passing as a guy, I want to be presenting as a guy, because while they both kind of have some issue with them, saying passing kind of implies that there might be some trickery involved in transition, and that's not exactly what we're going for. But hey, if you like it and you want to use it, go for it. I'm just not so much okay with it. Whether people read me as male or female depends on their personal views, really, more than what I do. I mean, I could be, whenever they meet me, I could be doing something that they perceive as masculine or feminine, or I could have something about my physical appearance or something about the way I do things that makes them think, oh, this is a man, this is a woman, or I have no idea, I'm gonna wait and see what they do before I guess. A lot of people have told me later that the reason they called me ma'am or she was because of small things like having long eyelashes, or my size of my bum, because it is rather big. Once it was because I was discussing baking. Yeah. So, the thing about that, I'm going to culinary school in a couple of years, or maybe even next year, and culinary school, the whole chef world is mostly men. So, it was just them imposing stereotypes of, oh, well, women bake, therefore this must be a woman. So, that wasn't something so much that I did. For me, a lot of my presentation isn't based on particular things I do to change myself. It has to do with people's preconceived notions about what defines a man or a woman. If I had any tips for anyone on this topic, I would say remain calm. Simply assert that you are the gender that you are and correct them. Try to be patient with them. Blowing up in someone's face does not help the situation. Have I done it? Hell yeah. Was it a good idea? Not so much. So, say a stranger refers to you as she or ma'am and you're a man. Simply stay calm and correct them. Say, like if they say she, you go he. And sir. And adding, if you need to, just add I'm a man to that. A lot of the time they'll end up apologizing, and that'll help. It may sound way too simple to be usable, but that is how I end up getting people to treat me like the man that I am most of the time socially, without having to, spend hours and hours in the gym to get rid of some of the excess weight that I do have, and that Quidditch is slowly getting rid of. Okay, so now let's move on from the more serious topic over there to something more fun over here. Music. Since we can pretty much do anything that we want with this topic on the channel, I decided not to sing and ruin all of your ear holes, because my voice is sort of off at the moment. Been having some like natural testosterone production increases, and my voice is dropping, so I no longer know where my range is, and that could end with disastrous singing attempts. So instead, we're going to talk about my MP3 player. This right here is Pocket Rocket. They are the most temperamental MP3 player that I've ever met. Since it doesn't use iTunes or any of the other, usual music programs, there's absolutely no reason for this little dude to play a certain number of songs over and over again because I don't, select a certain number of songs. I put it on shuffle and I just let it go. However, it just likes certain songs. The other week, it liked Night Call by Kavinsky and DVNO by Justice. And oh my god, it was ridiculous the amount of love that this little person has for these songs, because I would hear Night Call, right? Then right after that it would play the remix of Night Call that I have. And while that's strange, it's plausible. Then after that there would be 1 or 2, maybe 3 songs, and then Night Call would come on again. And eventually, after I got it to stop playing Night Call, it started playing DVNO every 3rd song. And it would just... I like these songs, but really, Pocket Rocket? Really? What were you thinking? I swear, this little thing is crazy. Now, I like most kinds of music, but there are certain genres that I'm not fond of. Like, I'm not particularly fond of country or rap. Now, that sounds like a typical thing to say, but there are songs from certain bands or just random people that I like that are rap and country. It all really depends on the content of the song. Like, I like certain rock music, but there are songs that I will not listen to because I cannot stand them. It's really subjective. I am willing to try most music at least once. Say someone says, oh my god, this song is so good, and then another person's going, oh my god, that song is horrible. I will be willing to listen to the song and go, I'm leaning towards whichever way. Now, and while I'm not fond of country, I like Zydeco music. Seriously. Accordions, washboard players, harmonicas, and all that good nonsense. It's the strangest part of my music collection, I'm not even going to lie. Oh yeah, Zydeco music, that's on there. Again, I'm always willing to try new music, and I'm kind of hoping at the moment to find some new local bands, because I can't really afford to go to concerts. There was one I could have gone to for about $20, but it was several hours away and I had to work, so I missed it. So if I can find some local bands to listen to with whatever genre that they happen to be into, that would be fantastic. Other than the open mic at the coffee bar, where I may have done some singing a while back. Okay, that's all I can think of for now. Thanks for watching. I know the video's a little long. Sorry about that. It's 2 weeks in sort of a condensed little package. I will be back next week on time with my video. Thank you all for watching. I love you all.